Right now, somewhere in America, a 67-year-old man named Robert is sitting at his kitchen table, staring at 4 little pills lined up next to his morning coffee. Amlodipine, Metoprolol, Losartan, Valsartan. He takes them every single day because his doctor told him to. And every single day, he feels a little more tired, a little more dizzy, a little more like a stranger inside his own body. He thinks it's just aging, but it's not. And if you are taking any of these 4 blood pressure medications right now, what I'm about to share with 9, you in this video could genuinely change how you feel every single morning for the rest of your life. Because there is critical information about these exact medications that most doctors simply never have time to tell you during that rushed 7-minute appointment. Information about what these pills are quietly doing inside your body. Information that belongs to. So don't touch that screen. Don't skip ahead. Because the very next thing I say could be the most important health information you've heard in years. Dr. Eric, a board-certified physician with over 30 years of experience, and I have sat across from thousands of patients just like you. Early in my career, I'm ashamed to admit, I rushed those appointments just like every other doctor. 7 minutes, prescription pad, goodbye, but not anymore. That's exactly why I show up here every single day and make these videos specifically for you to give you the real, complete conversation your doctor never had time to have. So let's have it right now. Okay. Now, before we get into the secrets, you deserve to understand what these 4 medications are actually doing inside your 50-plus-year-old body every single day, because nobody ever explains this in plain English. Amlodipine is a calcium channel blocker. Think of your blood vessels like a garden hose that's been squeezed too tight. Amlodipine loosens that squeeze so blood flows easier. Metoprolol is a beta blocker. It literally slows your heart down, like pressing a gentle brake pedal on your engine. Losartan and Valsartan are both ARBs. They block a powerful chemical in your body that tells your blood vessels to tighten up. So all 4 of these drugs are working hard every single day to keep that pressure down. And that sounds like good news, right? It is partially, because here is what nobody puts on that prescription label. Every single one of these medications comes with a hidden side of the story that hits people over 50 significantly harder than younger patients, because your kidneys process drugs more slowly, your electrolyte balance is more fragile, and your body's warning signals get quieter with age. And that combination, my friend, is exactly where the danger hides. Stay with me, because what comes next is where it gets very serious. Here is what breaks my heart as a doctor every single day. Millions of Americans over 50 are suffering from medication side effects that their doctors are dismissing as just getting older, and it is simply not right. Let me be very specific with you. Amlodipine, that calcium channel blocker we just talked about, causes ankle swelling in a significant number of older patients. And most doctors simply say, drink less salt, when in reality it is the medication pushing fluid into your tissues. Metoprolol is quietly stealing your energy every single morning. That crushing fatigue you feel, that heaviness in your legs, that feeling like you slept 8 hours but still cannot get off the couch, that is not old age. That is your beta blocker slowing down far more than just your heart. Losartan and Valsartan can cause your potassium levels to quietly climb too. High and dangerously high potassium does not always announce itself loudly. Sometimes it whispers through mild muscle weakness or a strange fluttering feeling in your chest that you chalk up to anxiety. And here is something that makes this even more serious. You are taking 2 or 3 of these medications together, which many of my patients over 50 are. Those side effects do not just add up. They multiply against each other inside your body. Your blood pressure can drop too low when you stand up too fast. causing that sudden dizziness that has made many seniors fall and seriously injure themselves. And falls at our age are not small events. Now, before I show you something in your own kitchen that could be making every single one of these side effects dramatically worse, go ahead and hit that subscribe button right now, because I make these videos every single day just for you. Now I need to tell you something about your kitchen that genuinely shocks most of my patients when I bring it up. And I want you to think carefully about what you ate this morning before I say this. If you are taking Amlodipine and you had grapefruit juice with your breakfast, or even a slice of fresh grapefruit, you may have just accidentally doubled your dose without knowing it. I am completely serious. Grapefruit contains natural compounds that block the specific enzyme in your intestines responsible for breaking down amlodipine properly, which means instead of getting your prescribed dose, your body absorbs a significantly larger amount, pushing your blood pressure dangerously low and flooding your system with side effects your doctor will never connect back to that innocent glass of juice sitting on your breakfast table. But grapefruit is only the beginning. If you are taking Losartan or Valsartan and you have switched to a salt substitute to be heart healthy, many of my patients proudly tell me they have, you need to stop and listen very carefully right now, because most salt substitutes replace sodium with potassium chloride, and combined with your ARB medication that is already raising your potassium levels, you could be quietly pushing yourself toward a dangerous and life-threatening potassium overload condition called hyperkalemia. And then there is hidden sodium lurking inside canned soups, bread, deli meats, and even those yogurts marketed specifically to seniors as healthy choices, silently working against every single pill you are taking each morning. I had a patient, Margaret, 71 years old, doing everything right, she thought, eating healthy, taking her medications faithfully, yet her blood pressure refused to budge. When we looked carefully at her diet together, the hidden sodium in her daily foods was completely sabotaging 4 medications at once. This is not your fault. Nobody told you. But now you know, and that changes everything. I want you to do something right now. I want you to honestly ask yourself how many of these 7 warning signs you have been quietly living with and blaming on aging, because what I am about to describe is not normal aging. It is your body sending you urgent messages about your medication that deserve immediate attention. Number 1, you feel dizzy or lightheaded the moment you stand up from your chair or get out of bed in the morning and you grab the wall or the furniture to steady yourself. That is called orthostatic hypotension, and it is extremely common and extremely dangerous in seniors on multiple blood pressure medications. Number 2, your ankles look puffy by evening, like little pillows around your shoes, and you just accepted it as part of life. That is amlodipine pushing fluid where it does not belong. Number 3, you feel an unexplained exhaustion that no amount of sleep fixes, a heaviness that follows you through your entire day. That is metoprolol pressing down on your body's natural energy system. Number 4, you occasionally feel a strange, mild weakness in your legs or arms that comes and goes without explanation. That could be your potassium levels quietly climbing dangerously high from Losartan or Valsartan. Number 5, you feel cold much more easily than you used to. Your hands and feet are always freezing, and you just assumed that was getting older. It is not. It is reduced circulation from your beta blocker. Number 6, you have noticed your heart occasionally feels like it is skipping or fluttering gently, and you dismissed it as anxiety or stress. Please do not dismiss that. Number 7, you feel mentally foggy, slower, like your sharp mind has a cloud over it, and everyone around you says, you seem different. Beta blockers cross into your brain and can genuinely affect your mental clarity and mood in ways that are completely reversible once addressed properly. My friend, none of these are just aging. These are messages. And right now, I want you to drop the name of your dike blood pressure medication in the comments below. I read every single one because I make these videos every day for you, and your question might just become tomorrow's video. Now, I need to have the most honest conversation with you that most doctors avoid entirely, because if you have been taking any of these 4 medications for several years, and millions of Americans over 50 have been, there are long-term changes happening quietly inside your body that your routine checkup is simply not catching. Let me start with your kidneys, because this is the one that keeps me up at night as a doctor. Losartan and Valsartan are actually prescribed partly to protect kidneys in certain patients. But here is the painful irony. In seniors whose kidney function is already naturally declining with age, these same medications can gradually reduce blood flow to the kidneys over years of use. And because kidney damage is completely silent until it is quite advanced, many of my patients had no idea anything was wrong until a blood test revealed numbers that shocked us both sitting in that exam room together. Then there is your heart rhythm. Metoprolol controls your heart rate beautifully in the short term, but long-term use in older patients can sometimes cause the heart electrical system to become overly dependent on that external chemical break, leading to rhythm irregularities that paradoxically become more noticeable if the medication is ever adjusted. And this brings me to something I consider one of the most dangerous pieces of not missing information for seniors on these medications. Please never stop metoprolol suddenly on your own. I have seen patients do this, feeling fine and deciding they no longer need it, and within days they experience severe rebound heart pounding, dangerously elevated blood pressure spikes, and in the most serious cases, it triggered a cardiac event that landed them in the emergency room. Stopping metoprolol must always be done slowly, carefully, and only under direct medical supervision. Please write that down right now. And then there is something nobody ever connects to blood pressure medication, your bones. Long-term amlodipine use has been associated in research studies with changes in calcium metabolism. And for women over 50 who are already navigating bone density loss after menopause, this is a conversation that absolutely must happen with your doctor. I had a patient named Harold, 74 years old, who had been faithfully taking his medications for 11 years, never missed a single dose, trusted his doctor completely, and when we finally ran a comprehensive panel together, his electrolytes were dangerously imbalanced. His kidney function had quietly declined, and he looked at me with tears in his eyes, and why did nobody tell me to watch for this? I think about Harold every single time I sit down to make one of these videos for you. Okay, so after everything I have just shared with you, I refuse to leave you feeling scared without also leaving you feeling completely empowered, because knowledge without action is just anxiety, and you deserve better than that. Here are the exact things you need to do starting this week. First, write down these 5 questions and bring them to your very next doctor appointment. Number 1, are all 4 of my medications still necessary at their current doses? Number 2, when did you last check my kidney function and electrolyte levels specifically because of my medications? Number 3, could any of my symptoms be medication related rather than aging? Number 4, am I on the lowest effective dose possible? And number 5, what foods and supplements should I specifically avoid with my exact combination of medications? Second, start monitoring your blood pressure at home every single morning before taking your pills, and every evening, because that home number tells a far more honest story than the nervous reading you get in a white doctor office. Third, ask your doctor specifically about a comprehensive metabolic panel, not just a basic blood test, because that panel reveals your kidney function, your potassium, your sodium, and your overall electrolyte balance all at once. And finally, never underestimate what consistent sleep, daily walking, and reducing hidden sodium can do alongside your medications. I have personally witnessed patients reduce their doses significantly simply by committing seriously to these lifestyle changes together with their physician. Remember Robert from the beginning of this video, sitting at his kitchen table, staring at those 4 pills every morning, feeling like a stranger in his own body? He started asking the right questions. He made the right changes alongside his doctor. And today he feels more alive at 67 than he did at 60. That is exactly what I want for you. You deserve the complete truth about every single thing you put in your body. Now click the video on your screen right now. I made it specifically about the best foods that make your blood pressure medications work dramatically better for you. I made it just for you because I make a video every single day for you. I am Dr. Eric, and I will see you tomorrow.